The Healing Vet. And this week, I'm back again for my weekly talk where we talk about themes and principles and deeper things that you can do that make a big difference to your pet, that go beyond just medicines, well, not just medicines, but beyond the kind of realm of medicine into the realm of going further, going deeper, doing the fundamental things that make a difference for your pets. And today I want to talk about time and space. So I was thinking about this week. Every week when I'm getting ready to write my newsletter and come and talk to all of you here on Facebook and YouTube and everywhere else, what will I talk about this week? And I thought about time and space. And I think in today's world, a lot of humans feel very time poor and feel like they don't have a whole lot of space in their lives to do the things that they want to do, you know. But I'm here to tell you today that you can make more time in your life, and you can create and maintain the space that you need for yourself so that you can then go on to do what you need to do for your pets, because your pets also will enjoy and will benefit from more time and space in their lives. But the only person who can give your pets more time and space, which will have incredible benefits for them, by the way, is you. There is no one else on this planet who can do the things that need to be done to give your pets more time and space to grow into more of themselves, to be happier, to be healthier, to be more connected, to be more incredibly wonderful, loving members of your family, right? Now, when it comes to time and space, the first person you got to look at is yourself. Now, I know that I like to scroll on Facebook a bit, and that's a terrible waste of my time and space. So I do manage that. I'm aware of it, and I don't do too much of it, because if I do too much of it, then my whole life suffers, right? So many years ago, well, not so many years ago, actually, when I first started off in business, I was intensely disorganized, and I didn't have any value on there being structure in my time and being disciplined and devoted around going, right, you know, we're going to set aside time for this, do these things at this time. I had this idea that the less structure I had in my life, the more freedom I had. Well, turns out I did have freedom. I had freedom to be inefficient. I had freedom to waste a lot of time when I could have been doing good things that would have made a difference in my life and in my animals' lives. And I had freedom to be a confused mess a lot of the time. Now, since I've been growing my business, you know, as the business has got busier, I've had to get more structured. I've had to sit down and have a timetable and really think about, okay, where am I investing my time and energy, and how am I doing that? Now, it's kind of quite a bit of work to really schedule and structure your life in an efficient way that makes sense to you, that's comfortable, that works for you. Last time I did a big structure reschedule, I reckon it took me about 2 or 3 months to really go through the whole process of getting a whole new pattern, trying it out, seeing if it worked, taking what didn't work and changing it, all those kinds of things. But no matter what you do, you can find and make more time. Now, you got to make time for yourself first, and you got to make space for yourself first before you start thinking about your animals. I get a lot of my clients who come in who give to their pets, but they're giving from an empty cup. They don't really care for themselves. They kind of use their pets as a distraction to so that they don't have to look at themselves and do the hard things that are required to have a healthy, happy, functional adulting life. And, you know, there's a lot of days where I wish I didn't have to adult anymore. But if you want to live on this planet and be a human being, and you want to create and maintain a healthy life in all facets, financial, health, nutrition, exercise, recreation, all these things, the fact of the matter is that you got to show up and you got to do it. So first thing is that look at what you do with your time. And if you're doing time wasting stuff, goddamn, stop doing that time wasting stuff that's not actually bringing any benefits. or stop most of it, because some of that time wasting stuff is valuable downtime too, but you don't want to let it take over and be doing a hell of a lot of it. And, what is your space like? How do you care for the space you live in? Do you care for your space with devotion and make it beautiful and welcoming and comfortable and harmonious? Because if you don't, then your pets are missing out on all of that too. But also there's other dimensions of space that we need to think about. Space for emotional well-being and expression. Space for you to have time with humans, that, space for you to do things that fill your cup creatively. Space away from your pets sometimes. I think that we all need to have some time that we have just human time. We hang out with our human friends and we make space in our life to grow, to go and do things that help us become stronger, clearer, more present. And that's a real function of time and space for me, is being present with my animals. Now, what kinds of time and space do your animals need? Well, your animals need time to rest. They need time to play. They need time with you. And if you're coming to connect with them in a relaxed way, with a full cup, an overflowing cup, because you've been caring for yourself in the way that you need to first, then you can really connect with your animals. You can take your phone, you can throw it in the toilet. No, not in the toilet. Maybe just put it on airplane mode for a little bit. Turn it off so you can't be distracted, and really spend beautiful, intentional, connected time with your pets. Now, that's the kind of time and space that your animals value incredibly, and it has incredible benefits over time the more you do that with your pets. But your pets need time to have fun. They need time to go for walks. And when they're on walks, they need lots of time to sniff things. They need time to hang out with their buddies and learn relationships. If you're doing activities with your animals, you need to schedule time in for going off to agility or nose work or whatever it is you do. And your animals need space. They need to have their own personal space respected. And sometimes you have to manage that with the other animals in the family. If you get a very forceful one in the family, like Jem, my little whippet, who's outside probably destroying something that she shouldn't have her teeth on right now, I have to step in between her and Mitzi and say, Jem, respect Mitzi's space, because she gets overexcited and she's in his face and it's a bit much for him, a bit much for all of us at times. So you have to be aware of, what's going on in the social space with your animals, and how do you need to modify things or work with your animals so that they get the social space they need in your home to feel happy and relaxed. And what kind of physical space do your animals have? If you're in a small unit and you don't have a lot of space in your unit, well, you're going to have to get out and about quite a bit and take your animals out so they have the space to move and get strong and healthy in their bodies. Mental, emotional space for your animals. What kind of enrichment do you do for them? What kind of enrichment do you do for yourself? Do you make sure that you go and do things that are really good for you mentally, emotionally too? Because you're as important in this equation at both ends of the leashes. Is if your end of the leash is being neglected, then you're neglecting your animals. Every time you neglect yourself, you neglect your animals. But time and space are incredibly important. And you can bring more time and space into your life. You can do things like, if you're watching TV, you can ask one of your animals at a time up onto your knee and be having time and space with them while you're kind of watching TV at the same time. There's all sorts of opportunities once you start looking for them. And this is something that I found again and again and again in my life, is as soon as I start looking for opportunities and potentials and possibilities, man, they're everywhere. So start thinking about this and start having a mindset of like, okay, maybe I'm super busy. Maybe I've got 2 little kids and 3 dogs, and maybe it seems impossible that there'd be more time and space in my life. But I can promise you, if you start looking for it and having an intention to create more quality time and quality space for yourself and for your beautiful animals, it'll just happen. It'll happen way easier than you think it will. And you might not see the benefits straight up, but you wait 3, 6, 9, 12 months down the track, you go, wow, the whole household is happier, my animals are happier, and everything is better. So I encourage you to have a go at that. Thanks, everybody, for listening today. I'll see you back next week. And until then, have a beautiful week and give your beautiful pets a lovely big cuddly pat from me.